It happens the same way every time. You sit down to work, you open your laptop, you tell yourself, this time will be different. For a few seconds, it feels true. Then somehow, 10 minutes later, you're checking your phone. Again, not because you don't care, not because you are broken, but because the real task already feels heavier than it should. And that is where the problem starts. Most people call this laziness. They say, I just need more discipline. But that's not the full story. Because if this were only about discipline, then every smart, capable person would be productive all the time. And clearly, they are not. The real issue is not that you don't know what to do. You already know. You know the assignment matters. You know the deadline is close. You know starting now would make everything easier later. Still, you delay. And the reason is simple. Your brain does not judge tasks by importance. It judges them by discomfort. When a task feels too big, too unclear, too boring, or too stressful, your brain tries to protect you. And its favorite way to protect you is delay. Not forever, just for now. That tiny phrase is dangerous. Just for now means one more scroll, one more video, one more snack, one more fake reset before the real work begins. But the work never feels easier later. It only feels more urgent. And more urgent usually means more stressful. That's why procrastination keeps growing. It does not stay small, it compounds. You delay once and the task gets heavier. You delay again and now the guilt gets added on top. So now you are not just avoiding the task, you are avoiding the feeling of having avoided the task. That second layer is what drains people. This is why procrastination feels so personal. It starts as a small delay. Then it becomes a story. A story about who you are. I am lazy. I always do this. I work better under pressure. That last one is especially dangerous because it sounds positive. It gives procrastination a good reputation. But working under pressure is not a talent. It is usually a rescue plan. Your brain waits until the discomfort becomes unbearable, then finally moves. Not because it became efficient, because it ran out of excuses. So what is actually happening? Your brain is trying to avoid activation. Starting is expensive, not financially, mentally. The first step always costs the most energy. Once you begin, the task becomes easier. But before that first step, your mind sees friction everywhere. It imagines resistance. It imagines failure. It imagines boredom. It imagines how long the task will take. And then it quietly says, not yet. This is why the beginning matters more than the middle. Most people think they need motivation. They don't. They need a smaller first move because motivation is unstable. It comes and goes, but momentum is real. A moving brain is easier to guide than a frozen one. Think about a car on a cold morning. The engine does not start smoothly. It resists. It needs a push. That push is not magic. It is activation, and your brain works the same way. If the first step is too large, the brain delays. If the first step is tiny, the brain allows it. That is why the size of the start matters so much. Not the size of the goal, the size of the start. And this is where most advice fails. People hear just start and feel annoyed because they are already trying. They are sitting there. They are thinking about it. They are stressing about it. But thinking is not starting. Worrying is not working. Planning is not progress. A task only becomes real when your hands touch it, when the document opens, when the first sentence appears, when the first note is written, when the first repetition is done. That is the moment the brain stops treating the task like a threat and starts treating it like reality. So, if you keep delaying everything, stop asking, how do I become more disciplined? Ask a better question. How do I make this feel smaller? Because the fix is almost never to become a different person. The fix is to lower the activation cost. Make the next action so easy that your brain cannot negotiate with it. Not write the report. Try open the document. Not work out for an hour. Try put on the shoes. Not study the whole chapter. Try read one page. That is how you beat delay. Not by fighting your brain, by making it easier for your brain to move. There is another trick here too. A lot of procrastination comes from vague tasks. The brain hates vague tasks. It wants shape. It wants edges. It wants a clear beginning. If the task is, get my life together, your brain will escape immediately. Too big, too abstract, too painful. But if the task is, reply to one email, clear one folder, or write the first 3 lines, then the brain has something real to hold on to. Clarity reduces resistance. And resistance is the enemy. This is why some people feel productive in one area and frozen in another. The clearer the next step, the easier the movement. The more ambiguous the step, the more your brain delays. So make it visible, make it small, make it physical. And one more thing, do not wait to feel ready. Ready is a feeling, and feelings are unreliable. If you wait for the perfect feeling, you will spend half your life waiting. Instead, treat action like a signal. Action creates readiness, not the other way around. You do not think your way into motion. You move your way into clarity. That is the pattern. And once you see it, procrastination stops looking like a character flaw. It starts looking like a system problem, which is good news, because systems can be changed. Characters are harder. So tonight, do this simple thing. Pick one task you have been avoiding. Not the biggest one, just one. Then shrink the first step until it feels almost silly. Open the file. Write one sentence. Put on the shoes. Read one page. Set a 2-minute timer if you need to. But do not argue with the task. Do not negotiate with your brain. Just begin. Because the first move is usually the hardest part, and once the first move happens, the rest becomes less dramatic. Not easy, just lighter. That is the real trick. Not perfection, not motivation, just movement. And movement is often enough to break the loop. So the next time you catch yourself delaying everything, remember this. You are not lazy. You are overloaded. You are not broken. You are resisting friction. And friction can be reduced, one small step at a time. Today, make the start smaller. Tomorrow, you'll be glad you did. What task have you been delaying the longest? Drop it in the comments I read and reply to every comment.